Do you guys miss me streaming in the other room? I miss me streaming in the other room. I could have today, my sister isn't home. But I didn't. Purely because she moved back into our house, so that area of her room is just full of her stuff now. I didn't want to move all of her stuff out of the way. I used to not stream in here because the Wi-Fi in my room was pretty bad. No, you're right, Purple Dude. It is significantly better. Yeah, I used to not stream in here because the Wi-Fi in my room used to be really bad. Well, it still is really bad. It's just whenever I streamed here, it would sort of glitch out and junk. I didn't want to risk that, but streaming in here for the past several months really hasn't been an issue, so and fingers crossed. Watch this be the stream that doesn't work. The biggest problem we've encountered has been my phone overheating this summer, which is crazy. No, Cars Like Santiago, it isn't. It's Muptown Funk. Even better. Yeah, that guy makes some pretty good content. You should all subscribe to Muptown Funk. Why does your dad need to watch my Thog video? I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just like kind of a weird ask of someone. I mean, I think the Thog video is peak Muptown Funk content. I think that's the best video on there right now. There's a new video coming out over there today. It's not gonna blow people out of the water like the Thog one did. The Thog one, you know. I mean, look, I wasn't trying to get in the top 10 most viewed YouTube videos of all time when I dropped Muptown Funk on Thog, but oh well, you know. That's what happens sometimes, you know. You make videos as well as Muptown Funk does, you tend to turn some heads, yeah. Oh, it's past #1 on trending, man. It is the most trending video on the entire internet right now, yeah. Its success story is crazy. I would tell it to you, but I hardly know where to begin. That's a Thog quote. Thog said that. Look, side projects of mine tend to last little more than a month. Muptown Funk will be a month old tomorrow. So we can only hope it survives the test of time. Its immediate success right out of the gate, to me, is a sign to keep going. There was certainly a point early on when I thought, do I really want to do this? What am I getting my dear friend Muptown Funk for his 1-month anniversary? I'm getting him this shout out. New Muptown Funk video today. It's about the Muppet Show episode where they all get kidnapped by pigs and are imprisoned in the Muppet Theater boiler room. How did I get Whiplash Racer Snot Rod? I bought it. I bought it in 2014 when they started making the Whiplash Racers, or 2013. 14, I don't remember. You know that Trev Diesel actually reappears in the Planes video game? Yes, I did know that. That actually was on my list of things to talk about in the third Cars Iceberg, but I never got around to it. I bought it. Well, I did. I bought it. What do you want me to say? I bought it when it was out at the store. That's what I did. It's not a long story. I made the purchase. That's the deep origin story behind a lot of items on my channel. Unless the answer is I got it as a gift. Yeah, guys, I wish I had a cool story behind how I bought Whiplash Racer Snot Rod. I got it at Toys R Us. Is that cool because that store doesn't exist anymore? Sorry, unless you go up to Macy's in a mall and realize that they don't have cars after searching there for 10 minutes. So then you go to look at the other stuff that you collect and realize that it's all over a year old in stock. You know what? With stock like that, maybe Toys R Us deserves to not exist anymore. Thank you, Rusty's95. You got my pain. Literally a reskin Toys R Us. Yeah, that makes sense. See, we don't have Smiths here in the U.S., and I'm very okay with that because their prices are insane. They sell cars for like triple the regular retail price. Yeah, they have good stock of the rebooted Wooden Railway, which, you know, hasn't received any new items this year. So I guess that's already dead. T Cynic Tie will return after these messages. When have you ever been to Peppa Kids? If I could turn back time, maybe I would have collected more Wooden Railway. It was also expensive when it was coming out, man. If I did, I surely wouldn't be buying a lot of it. I do have tons, but I don't have many sets. Well, it's not just that they were going for a lot of money on the secondhand market. They were sold. They were very expensive. Not a bad price for Krypton McQueen. You'll find it as soon as that case shows up at places other than Walmart, because it was only in the Walmart case. I think it's in a later Walmart case. I don't know. I'm waiting. You guys know my policy. Never buy online what could be bought at a store for cheaper. You found a red Ransburg McQueen on eBay. That's called a knockoff. There are some, like, early... There's actually more than one red Ransburg McQueen. One was given out. One has only one made. The other had a few copies given out. Kai, do I have your permission to advertise my channel in your chat? Well, here's the problem. If you do it, then everyone does it. That's the problem. So I'm gonna say no to you advertising, but I'm gonna say yes to, here's what we'll do. You tell me what you want advertised, and I will shamelessly plug you. But we're not doing it again. Rusty's 95 and I go way back. I forgot to include his segment in my holiday special in 2021. So this is my apology for that. That's what this is. I do have Neon Max now. I reviewed him a few months back. Look, he's right here on my shelf. I could reach him. Hey, there he is. He's alright. I don't know. A lot of the Neon Racers are really hit or miss. Your live stream for tomorrow. No way! Rusty's 95 is doing a live stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wish I could be there, but I'm going on vacation this weekend. Man, I'm sorry. I will, if I remember to, I will make sure, I will try to link it on my community page. And I'll caption it, I'm on vacation, but you know who isn't? Rusty's 95. Watch him instead. Or, you know, we could do some sort of elaborate ruse where we try to trick people into thinking that I've moved onto your channel. What's better, the Neon Racers or the Glow Racers? We'll have to wait and see. A lot of the Neon Racers aren't that interesting. The Glow Racers get bonus points for actually glowing. Well, it's too early for me to judge. Is Extreme a pullback? Extreme is not a pullback now. He does have suspension, though. He was a Hot Wheels that my neighbors got me for Christmas one year. Whoa. Yeah. What a few people know is I actually have a, those same people gave me a giant remote control pickup truck for Christmas a few years later, and I began repainting it into a giant remote control Extreme, and I never finished. Maybe someday I'll go back. He was almost done. So yeah, there was almost an RC Extreme. I mean, I love the Extreme model. He fits perfectly as a car's diecast. He's in 155 scale for starters. This little part on his grill is basically a mouth. Like, there's a reason why I've brought him back again and again and again. Yes, the toys from Toy Story 2 are hidden underneath the cones in the Cozy Cone. I actually showed that in my Disney video. I've known about that for years. If you go to the back of the Cozy Cone in Cars Land, you could see a bunch of the Toy Story characters underneath cones as a reference to that one scene in Toy Story 2 where they all sneak across the highway. I need to rewatch Toy Story 2. I love the Toy Story movies, but I was never the biggest fan of Toy Story 2 because the Cheeto dust scene traumatized me as a child. It's so disgusting. It is my one single reason as to why I have not watched Toy Story 2 in over a decade. That scene makes me cringe a bit. A bit? A bit? Ty, I know you went to California, not Florida, to Disney, but I haven't been to Florida. So, what's your recommended park or place to go? Well, I haven't been to Disney World in Florida since 2018. But there's the Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy show at Hollywood Studios now. That exists. If you want something specifically Cars related, there's that. There's also the Art of Animation Hotel has a big sort of Cars outdoor area. If you're willing to not go to a park for a few minutes and check out a hotel that they'll freely let you walk around. That's my recommendations for car stuff. I mean, it's going to be impossible to get in line, but Flight of Passage, the Avatar ride... I don't like Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is pretty weak. But Flight of Passage in the Avatar area is one of the coolest things we'll ever do. Whereas the Resistance, the one in Galaxy's Edge, is also one of the coolest things you will ever do. What'd you have for lunch? I had a macaroni and cheese. What did you have for lunch? Not the biggest macaroni and cheese guy, but sometimes you just gotta. How do you like baguettes? Like entire baguettes? Like you want me to eat the entire row of bread? Tacos and mac and cheese last night, the good old college special. Great. Somebody said to me that Mater is actually cringe in Cars 2. Actually cringe is the most 2016 middle school insult of all time. And I can confirm, I was in middle school in 2016. Will you ever do a mukbang stream? If I buy more gummy steering wheels. You see how the Cozy Gum Motel sign is under maintenance and they just put up a picture of it at the side. And the side is the side of the sign. Yeah, that's what Disney does. Whenever anything is under maintenance, they put up a giant tarp with a picture of it. Last time I was in Florida, the Haunted Mansion was under renovation. They were renovating the exterior. So over it is just a massive tarp with a massive image of the Haunted Mansion building on it. How would you fix Redline? That's I should do a whole video on that. This year, Jordan C. Productions is going to mark 5 years of Redline. So you know what? I think I'm going to take that question, and I think I'm going to make it into an entire video. Because I think that's such a fascinating question. I definitely can't think of anything on the spot. But I'll say a few things. I think it would just need a stronger plot other than Lightning McQueen is captured. We need to find him. I say that in a robotic voice because the plot was weak. Really generic. Can you recommend the Ninjago Zane car from Dragon's Rising? It's fun. It's only a $30 set. It's does Rod Torque Redline have a timeline release? No, Rod has only ever been released. He was only ever released in 2011, so no, not yet. Hopefully someday. Leroy looks uncomfortable. He really does. I made a joke about his face earlier on in the season, but in the last episode I cut out a joke where Extreme says he looks like he just had Botox done. So if there's a Botox joke in the next Cars Adventures, that's why. Oh, it's like $24 converted in Switzerland. Okay. Well, I mean, cheapest way to get the Dragon's Rising Cole and Zane. Right, and you get 2 villain figures, both of which are really cool looking. The car itself is really fun. It has the dragon energy core pieces built into the bottom so you could spin it in circles. It's very fun, yeah. As a display piece, it's pretty solid too. For that price, like, my cap is $30 sets, you know? That's what I buy the most, I think. It's more than 30, I'm not gonna drop money on it randomly. What characters are in Redline? A lot of them. I had a lot of characters in Redline was like my big movie I was building up to. Bucky Break Dust. Yeah, Bucky's pretty cheap online. I don't have him for some reason. But he used to be really, really cheap. I guess he was just undesirable, which is a shame. Rare case of a post-2010 new cartoon release. Why are there so many notable anniversaries this year? Because 2018 was like one of the coolest years, dude. 2018 was a solid year. A lot of good stuff came out that year. I used to find eBay listings for Bucky that were like below car retail price. You're still in the lab during training. So how are you going to pull off a burned rod custom? Please don't tell me you are actually going to set it on fire, because that will not give you... You don't even see burned rod in the movie. That's just cruel. You should turn him into, like, Switcher or another Dodge Charger in the Cars series. I'm not saying don't do it. Definitely not saying don't do it. If you want to make that, go for it. Poor Rod. Endurance Productions to finish. Rod Corpse right there. Endurance Productions to finish what I was saying earlier. I think it was also, like, unnecessarily edgy. It was so, I am 14 and this is cool. And I can say that because I was 14. Have you considered bringing some of the Hey Cal 2 characters into Cars Adventures or other series? No, because I don't remember the characters I made for Hey Cal 2 and their customs no longer exist. Not a bad idea though, that is a fun idea. Welcome to Piston 11. Yeah, that's definitely a fun idea. I'm annoyed because Hey Cal 2 was like the only time I've ever written a full script for a video and I deleted it. And you found a 2016 patty. 2023 patty, I think, just came out, or should be soon. So now you may just find a patty again. Yeah, I'm the type of person to always I'm the type of person to always reuse ideas, always recycle ideas. When I have an idea for something and it falls through, I will always remember it, and if it's a good enough idea, I will almost always revisit it at a later date, you know? But, Hey Cal 2 is not one of those cases. Do you have any of the Cars Wood collection? I do not. I remember seeing them in Toys R Us back in 2011, though. Yeah, we had this conversation on a different stream regarding Bobby's color this year. I don't know why everybody this year was convinced that that Greg Candyman's color would be fixed this year. Like, people do know that Thailand already made him back in 2018, right? At the very least, I'm glad, because for years I felt like I was the only one complaining that Greg's color was off, and then this year everybody starts being like, oh, they're going to fix his color, and they didn't. I don't know why people thought they were going to. He was already made in Thailand. Typically, characters who've gotten fixed have gotten fixed the first time Thailand makes them. I mean, which Cars diecast gives you nightmares? It's a tie between Leroy here and Road Rumbler Mater. And yes, there was the case of 2022 Holly, right? That's an update, but that's an update to the first Thailand Holly, which was bad. If Cars magazines were consistently available in the US, would you review them? Probably not. Probably not. If I were monetized, maybe. That's the thing. I don't buy things that I'm not going to use in a video. That's why I buy playsets so rarely, you know. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I know they're very cheap, but I want to make sure I'm spending money on things I actually want to spend money on. Sometimes when I can't wake up or get out of bed, I see a life-size Dex standing in my doorway. I'm glad you and I have the same issues, Purple Dude. No, I don't have any of the Carrera Go cars. I'd like to. I think I may buy the Carrera Go slot racer set. He's sad after going on a tangent about how he doesn't want to spend things he won't use. But I won't use it again after that video, and you guys know it. But I want a Carrera Go set. I had a NASCAR slot car set as a kid. I still have it. He's a monetized to buy haters dozens. Nah, I don't think I'd be making that much. I don't know. Maybe if Muptown Funk gets monetized, then. People have recommended that I pick up the 2023 Finn just because it has a more accurate color. I don't really have an interest in it, but maybe I'll pick it up and then I'll repaint it. Pick it up just to review it. Probably not. This color scheme is nice though, I could confirm, because I have the Thailand Palace Danger Fin. I do like the colors they do for fins, but not enough to just buy another regular fin. I don't have a need to. Ty, when's the next nighttime scene in Radiator Springs and Cars Adventures? Not soon. I don't really know. It just goes by an episode by episode basis. If you're looking for one where Radiator Springs gets all the lights turned on, it won't be soon because all of my buildings need new batteries. Is 2020 slot rod more accurate to the original version? I'm not sure. I don't have him. I think the 2020 Thailand snot rod is based on the 2016 snot rod, which is a variant. Do I have the China Michael Rotor? No. Nah, he was only out in the multi-pack. But yeah, the next nighttime scene in Radiator Springs, I don't know. I'm not sure. I did do a nighttime episode last season, but that didn't show Radiator Springs. Color accurate and expression better. Thank you for that. You could choose the next Lemon to be re-released. Who would you choose and why? Professor Z needs to come back. I have him, but I know many, many people who don't, and he needs a return. Other than that, Gremanacer are obvious, I think. But, Jay Kirby would be nice, and Victor Hugo, just to get all the Lemon heads back out. I have a feeling they'll be out next year. We will see. Yeah, Tyler Gremlin and Fred Pacer would be nice. I doubt they'd do it, but hey, I mean, they named a Gremlin after me, so, like, come on, that'd be nice. Lemon I want is a dead Pacer that fell in the ocean. I thought that was a Gremlin. You're saying re-release. If it's what Lemon should be released, it's the blue one with headset. You already know that. Obviously. There was a Tysonitis Gremlin. Right, yes, my full name, Tysonitis, from Plains. Oh yeah, no, Piston 11. I'm already planning on buying. I have to get Vladimir because I don't have him, but I'm already planning on buying at least 2 tub spacers. Yeah. I would like to do something with the Lemons in Cars Adventures soon, so it's a good time for them to come back. Why would a car need a mattress? Well, when you see Lightning and Mater sleeping in Lights Out, they don't have mattresses. But my question with Leroy has always been, why does he need a mattress he clearly wouldn't fit on? What hauler should be released next? Well, which one will be released next is we're supposed to be getting one from the Trucks episode at some point this year. What hauler should be re-released next? Just give me Jerry recycled batteries. That's all I ask. Yeah, Aqua Strike series was fun. Aqua Strike was like my favorite Cars channel. It's a shame he's not active anymore. His series was so unique because he just casually decided, let's have Mood Springs be one of my main characters. What are your thoughts on the new Twitter logo? I don't care, but I just think it's funny. I'm the last person you will ever see on Twitter, man. X. Oh, sorry. Piston cup holders, what you didn't clarify. I don't really have a preference. I'm not like, you know, there aren't any haulers in the Cars series that stand out to me. I'd like some new non-Cars 3 haulers, that would be nice. Whatever they do, I probably won't pick them up. I don't buy most haulers. But, we'll see. I'll definitely get the truck stop one, whenever that comes out. Because that's bound to just be a blank hauler, and I cannot wait. You guys have no idea how long I've wanted just a regular blank hauler that could be anything. Trucks was not a good episode, but it gave us so many just regular blank cars, and I'm very excited to get them all as diecasts because they're very useful if you make a series. I thought Gray was coming out for 2023. I thought I saw that. I think Gray is coming out this year. I don't think I'll pick him up. I actually ran out of space to display my haulers. Oh, he is out, okay. Michelle's got a blank hauler. No mentioning. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna be Thailand Gray. Yeah, we still haven't seen Todd this year, but he will be out yet. Solid re-release. That's why I love the Final Lap haulers. I have all 6 of the highway trucks and they're sick. I'm planning on using them to recreate the top-down truck stop delete scene. Very cool, very cool. When I was a boy, to quote Kingpin, when I was a boy, I once was holding Gil in my hands and I ditched him for something else, and I don't remember what that was, but I almost bought Gil and then I did not. No, Ty's not talking live. Yeah, he's not. This is actually all pre-recorded. I'm just using my psychic powers right now to predict what people will ask me in order. And then just posting it to YouTube. And manipulating YouTube, blackmailing them into making this be a live stream. Yes, I have. Where is Shu? Oh, here he is. He's right up here. I got Shu. If it were almost any other car, I would say no, because I'm tangled and stuck in my tripod here. It is right in front of me, and I can't really get out. But Shu is on the shelf right above me. Here he is. That's his 2018 pre-Thailand release is what that is. Wow, Mater's is $900 now? I have that. Fillmore's for 7. Dude, bro, Fillmore's retail for 70. How much is an arm and a leg worth? Apparently not as much as a Precision Series building. I do not have Yojimbo. Yojimbo's been one of my most wanted cars for a very long time. Back in the day when the Precision Series sets were still cheap, my parents didn't want to buy them because they thought they were too expensive. But now they actually are. What are your top 10 favorite 2023 new releases? 10 is a lot. Do I own 10 new releases from this year yet? I'll definitely do a top 10 list at the end of this year. Definitely. Yojimbo, not Jimbo from the Demolition Derby. I do have that one. Yojimbo was in Tokyo Mater. My mom hasn't kind of let me say about some Precision Series stuff. Well, it's gonna take a while. You're not gonna be getting $100 checks. You don't make that. Motto, Cryptid Buster Mater, and the new Road Trip McQueen are up there for me. From what I own, Road Rumbler McQueen, I'm counting Peggy Liner as a 2023 release because she came out in December of 2022, so I think she's technically classified as a 2023 release. So, Peggy Liner will probably be number 1 on my list no matter what. Motto is going to be up there, obviously, but I'm just going off of what I have. For those of you wondering, no, the Pitstoposaurus, of course. Randy almost definitely won't make the top 10 list. There's nothing too special about him. It's going to be an interesting top 10 list. I know, Breaker Boggs is going to make it. I don't even have him yet, but he will. Breaker Boggs is your number 1. Wow, look at that. Or did you just say that because I mentioned him? Breaker I've wanted for years. Me wanting something for years sort of stumps something coming out from a new show and me wanting, you know. There's a difference between something being on the road and me being like, oh, obviously we'll get that, and something appearing in Cars 3 6 years ago and me waiting for them to make it. The only problem with Randy are his face and color scheme. Well, there's not much left other than that. Just get a Steve Herschel instead. That one is fine in both of those fields. What do you think is the worst 2023 release? Road Rumbler Mater, Road Rumbler Mater, Road Rumbler Mater, Road Rumbler Mater, and Road Rumbler Mater. That's my list. Will Randy be Steve's bestie? See, everybody keeps asking me to have Steve and Randy interact in Cars Adventures, but I'm probably not gonna do that. I don't think Randy's ever gonna make it into Cars Adventures. Dude may or may not actually be dead. What's the reason for Disney Toon Studios to get shut down? I don't know the full story behind it. I think it was John Lasseter. Well, there are more similarities between Steve and Randy than that. And you should very well know that I screamed when I saw a hearse have a speaking line in Cars on the Road. No need to mock people for making a suggestion that they think is funny, and genuinely I think could be funny. Blue, black, and white. Well, the Disney Anniversary stuff is using that sort of silverish, bluish color scheme. So I'm not complaining. That was a company-wide idea, you know, for their merchandise. So. I think it looks better on some than others. Still waiting for you to make Reb Meeker a famous YouTuber in Cars Adventures. Nah, Reb is filling the role of failed game show host. That's his deal. I don't need a... Yeah. I don't need another role for him yet. Yeah, it would have been nice to get a few more D100 cars. Fillmore would have been very, very, very cool. But alas. Guys, is there anything Disney may be telling us something with their Disney 100 stuff? It seems that Disney 100 merchandise, according to Lego leaks, will bleed into next year, so... Drop the ball on him. Fillmore, no! Dude got crushed. Favorite and least favorite 2023 color changer? Exact same answer as yours. The Doug one is one of the worst color changers ever made. Not just because of the fact that Doug doesn't change color, but it's just disgusting looking. It is the worst. Diana Giordano, though, is genius and is better than the actual Ghost car they made. That's the type of thing where I tell people who don't collect color changers to buy Diana. It's smart, it's clever, it's a good usage of the color changer concept to do something that the regular diecast line couldn't do. Recent color change. That was 3 years ago, Purple Toad. That was 3 years ago. It's been 84 years. Or sorry, that was 2 years ago. My point still stands. I like the Disney 100 one sticking to the townies, and the King got a silver release in 2020, so. But you just said my top 10 favorite mini racers and then just started at 5. Is this going to be some sort of like insane plot twist list where after 1 you go to 10? I want to buy the Cruising McQueen coming out this year because I've never had one, but I'm afraid they wouldn't have corrected his eye color. That's a deep cut Purple Toad. Tricking all of my viewers with false Cars facts is, I think, look, I think that takes the cake for the best April Fool's joke I've ever done. It somehow beats out the Taylor Swift tier list. It was really fun to make too, but I'll let you guys know, I threw that together in literally 1 day. Well, yes, Rashid, I told you beforehand. I told you several months beforehand I was making it. But yeah. Yeah, the eye one was one of the easier ones to tell, but it was one of the more convincing photoshops I did. Precision Series cars I don't have. I know you asked this on a comment, but that comment was on a Cars Adventures episode, which was kind of random. I don't have Guido. We should get that out of the way. My Precision Series Luigi and Guido are actually an error where the Guido's just normal Guido. I don't have Mac, I don't have Sheriff, and then I don't have the light up versions of Flo or Lizzie. I don't have the regular single version of Sally, but who cares because it's basically the same. Ben Crankleshaft or Oliver Lightload, like which one do I like better or which one would win in a fight? Because I have two very different answers. Tokyo Mater's my favorite, but I think we need more diecasts from different cartoons. We need more variety. Hopefully next year, right? I respect that they're starting with only one short this year, but I hope they start doing more than one next year. Yeah, I have a feeling they're only going to do one next year, and that one is probably going to be Mater the Greater. I would like to not be correct. Remember that we're getting Rescue Squad Mater diecast next year. Yeah, I was going to say Rescue Squad Mater or Mater the Greater. I would not complain about that. Maybe I'd complain a little. I don't know. We're getting cartoons, but not the way I would have preferred. Cars Tunes in the main line isn't all it's cracked up to be, you know? Because there are barely any. Which Barry from Cars would in a fight? Barry Diesel. More Tales from Radio to Screens diecast. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. There are very few to make anyway. That'd be cool though. That'd be real cool. Which Barry? Barry Diesel, Barry the Drag Racer from Cars video game, or Barry D Pedal? Well, Barry Diesel, he's huge. Top 5 favorite 2023 color changes. Baby Quadratorcosaur was a 2022 release, actually. But who's counting? Charge was from this year, Barry Diesel is freaking huge, dude. Barry D Pedal taps out first. Barry from Cars the video game thinks he's tough, but he wouldn't be. He taps out first, actually. Barry D Pedal lasts about 12 seconds in the ring, and then just gets pummeled by Barry D Pedal. Barry from Cars the video game leaves before the fight starts, and then Barry Diesel tracks him down and beats him up after. Yeah, but the Baby Quadratorcosaur first released in 2022. He was re-released in 2023, but his first release was in 2022. I like that the rumored diecasts we have for next year are just obvious ones that are missing from on the road. It's like anybody could say we're probably getting those. Those are all very, very easy assumptions. When you start hearing rumors of things that are just out of left field, that's how you know. That's how you know it's a legit rumor and not just a very easy theory to make. Like, yeah, of course we're getting those. Gravedigger Mater when? Look, this year has had several severe problems with this diecast line, more so than I ever typically complain about. I found myself complaining a lot this year, a lot more than I like to, and if you watch my reviews, then you may have noticed that. I got a lot of issues with how things are being handled right now, and it's disappointing. I have a lot of issues in a few very specific fields, those being color changers and treatment of on-the-road variants, you know? All I want next year is new cars from the movies. Considering how bad they pull off salt flats tires, I wouldn't say that'd be a top 6. Well, if you've seen the prototype of that salt flats McQueen, it didn't look that bad. Final lap collection comeback one. That's not how that works. I'm sorry. That's not really how that one works, my guy. Slime Deputy Hazard McQueen is a diecast idea I've never heard anybody pitch, and I love it. Yeah, but looking closer to the Ice Racers is better than just being all white. Did NCAP Cars do that? I need to ask him. Yeah, throughout the reviews, we've all seen Cars Randomness 14 where I roll a car and salt. On Instagram. I'm not on Instagram, but I'm friends with NCAP Cars. You'd have to make artwork for Rolling Bull and Mater. You just have to edit one together. I hope you know how to use vantage points. So one thing I learned in my full semester of Photoshop class. Vantage points. Woo! You know what I love? In my third Cars Iceberg, I mentioned the fact that we still don't know every Todd in On the Road, and 26,000 people have watched that, and not one person has commented finding other appearances of him. Will we ever know? Yeah, the Noriyuki and Speed Demon Mini Racers. The name's leaked several months ago. Speed Demon looks good. I could finally make a mini back car. Noriyuki wasn't necessary, in my opinion. And Noriyuki is just more salt in the wound of there not being a Guido. Are you asking if Pushover is canceled this year? Because I don't think he is. Is he on the poster? I don't really pay attention to re-releases for cars I already have. Cars like the Demolition Derby cars just sort of mold together in my head. Oh, Pushover isn't on the poster? And I guess so. That's a shame. He's one of very few Demolition Derby cars they haven't re-released 30 million times yet. Was you the bomb mater on rumor lists? Todd and Patty and friends were. Pushover already has matte paint. My pushover has matte paint. My pushover, which is the first of the 3 releases he's had. I own pushover. My pushover has matte paint. Pushover was... Yes, never forget the firefight variants. I have the original release of pushover from the first case he was in. He had matte paint. So... Yes, I just said I have the original. I have pushover from the first case pushover was ever in. Nope, China's pushover did not have matte paint. Only the first wave of them was Taco. Taco had a matte paint release. Had a non-matte release. Pushover has always been matte. Pushover is just re-released in 2021. Does he really need to be back yet? 2021 Pushover has glossy paint. Okay. Then we lead with that. I didn't know that. Does he actually? Thank you, Rashid, for your incredible exercise in sarcasm. Does anyone here have a 2021 pushover who can back me up? I need a second-hand account. Who's this Matt guy and why does he claim to be different characters? That was so not funny, Purple Toad. You needed an award for that one. The oversaturation of Demolition Derby car releases is annoying. The way characters from Cars 3 have been folded into the main line, they made a lot of weird decisions with who they release frequently. Cough cough, Maddie McGear, cough cough. Yeah, that's not how that works with the Thunder Hollow cars. Thunder Hollow cars had glossy paint for the first case they were in, back in June of 2017. This affected Miss Fritter and Dr. Damage in their first releases, and also Taco. Starting in the August wave of that year, they were all given matte paint ever since. That's all. That's how that works. That isn't a recent thing, that's how it's been the entire time. Every Thunder Hollow racer ever has had matte paint, except for the ones in the first wave they were in. Got any customs other than ones I've made myself now? Do I have customs? Yeah, I have an absolute ton that I've made myself, but I haven't like bought any customs off anyone. I do have a custom from Robin. That doesn't really count. I didn't buy that, except that's me. That was a gift. But that is a good, that does count. That is a custom that wasn't made by me. Hangs on my wall, actually. We don't have any confirmation yet that they're sticking with the red packaging for next year. And guys, we talked about this. We're calling it the Help I'm Bleeding packaging. Why do I have to bring this up in every single live stream? What if they do continue to stick with it as the packaging style? If they do continue to stick with it, then it will be the longest running packaging style ever. And I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I don't know if I care enough. Like, I'm so indifferent on it, I don't really care how it looks. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's such a dumb name. Well, no, the 2018 packaging was 2018 to the first half of 2019. The previous record holder would be the 2015 packaging, which lasted until the beginning of 2017. So if the red packaging lasts past May of 2024, then yeah, then it will be the longest running packaging style ever. Yes, we agreed it was the Help Me I'm Bleeding packaging. That's what I call it every day. We'll have to see what they pull out. If anything, then we will have. We at least know that soon the Cars on the Road packaging will be retired. I assume next month, because, you know, a year after Cars on the Road, they're letting it fold into the full main line. The end of 2023, having Cars on the Road packaging be folded into the regular mainline packaging has made people think that next year we're getting the same packaging when we don't have confirmation for that. You mean the Ow I'm Bleeding packaging? It's actually the Help Me I'm Bleeding packaging. Ow I'm Bleeding is also incorrect. It's the Please Help Me I'm Bleeding. How many ounces of blood does the Help I'm Bleeding packaging have in each blister? It doesn't, because the blood is on the card back. No, that wasn't for 2024, no. Nah, that's, as far as I know, dude, that's just the end of 2023. Yeah, nobody really, I mean, we don't have official confirmation on that, but a lot of people like to jump the gun in this fandom. I instead walk up to the gun, wait for the gun to tell me what's going on, and then calmly walk past it. If they stick with it, nothing changes. It really doesn't matter. We're still getting cars. Like, I think it's a perfectly passable packaging if they want to keep it for longer. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think it may also be an international variant. I think that's also part of it, honestly. We'll have to see. If it continues into 2024, I don't care. People make a big deal out of it. It does not matter to me. I just hope that they get medical help because they are bleeding out. So that's how you know I'm the cool, deep, edgy cars channel. I'm not your grandma's cars channel. Yes, the 2021 packaging only lasted 1 year, and that's why we call it the 2021 packaging. It never got a cool name, like Ow, I'm Bleeding. 2021 packaging was too generic in my opinion. Also, it was reminiscent of the 2018 packaging, which is in my opinion one of the worst. I love Blue Desert, but the fact that you can't see the full car on it was disappointing. I think, yeah, 2021 is pretty good. It's just very generic. Well, they haven't switched packaging styles since they began the form-fitting blisters, and I'm honestly concerned because I feel like a lot of art style choices they usually make wouldn't mesh well with that. It wouldn't mesh well with the condensed form-fitting blisters. But I mean, we haven't seen it yet, so. Like I already said, a lot of people like to jump the gun. Just wait until we get confirmation on stuff. It's that easy. Just be patient. And we'll figure it out. Now, you see during C Productions, they wouldn't be clever like that. If the car's diecast line ends, it just casually ends one day, and that's all. It doesn't get bookended, it just gets canceled. Toy lines don't bookend. They stop making money. Imagine if it doesn't end because it's literally one of Disney's most profitable franchises in terms of merchandise sales. Yeah, every year people are like, if the Cars line gonna end this year, it's like, you're buying them, right? Then it's fine. No, it's not. It's one of the most profitable. It is Disney's like #2 most profitable franchise in terms of toys, behind Frozen. I feel like I've become very cynical in my reviews this year, but a lot of choices being made have been disappointing me. You know that? I know I said this earlier, but since On the Road came out, everything in the Cars Digest line has felt a little off to me, or a little below my expectations, and I think that's just me. What's been good has been really good. What's been bad has been worse than usual. And their handling of releases from On the Road have been disappointing me since it started. I'm not usually the type of person to complain. Again, I try to be as positive as I can in reviews, even when I don't like an item. But I think this year it's really sort of come to the forefront. Town Marshal isn't his name. Town Marshal is his title. Because he's the marshal of the town. That's what he is. That's why he's credited as that. I think 2023 is a solid year, but, and I'm gonna cut it off there. That's all. It's a solid year, but it's good. But it can be a lot better. I think. Yeah, he is the marshal of the town. That's why he's credited as town marshal. I'd like to do a video dissecting the 2023 Digest line at the end of the year. I think if I do like a my thoughts, I think I could do a my thoughts on the full poster at the end of the year, you know, and it's gonna be fascinating. It's gonna be a very interesting video. I'm not one to rant on camera. See, 2021 is one of my least favorite years because of the sheer unstoppable amount of the racing tractors and such, and the fact that nearly everything was from Cars 3. At the very least, I give this year a pass for everything except Breaker Bogs being from On the Road, because On the Road is brand new. In 2021, Cars 3 was 4 years old, and we shouldn't have every single new release be from Cars 3. My favorite post-Cars 3 year, I'm not sure. Probably, I mean, I don't know, honestly. They've all been... I don't really know. It's a difficult ask. Yeah, the last thing I want is more racing tractors or 1950s racers. I am so... I never need to see those again in my life. Especially one as bad as Jodon Jackson. Jodon Jackson sucks. They all look good. That's the problem. They're good, but there are way too many. It's the dictionary definition of killing the hype. Oversaturating the line with them. That long after Cars 3, you should not be doing almost exclusively Cars 3 releases. It's the only thing I wish they did this year, release more new characters not from On the Road. Yeah, I think next year, that's the thing. You guys need to remember, when Cars 3 came out, we only got stuff from Cars 3. When Cars 2 came out, we only got stuff from Cars 2. Cars on the Road comes out, they still keep up on mainline, consistently giving us releases from all 3 movies, plus stuff from On the Road. Since On the Road is new, I'm giving this year a pass when it comes to new releases. But next year, if we get nothing new from the movies, you're gonna hear me at this time next year complaining for much longer. It's a brand new thing, so I'm willing to wait a bit for new movie stuff, you know? But 2022 has easily some of my favorite releases from the Cars movies of all time. We didn't get many new non-on-the-road releases last year, but its lineup is easily among my all-time favorite new release lineups of any year ever for 2022. So if we get more stuff like that, just fun background characters, just tapping, like 2022 proves that they could still make new releases from all the movies. It was so fun, all these background characters. All these background characters and new variants and stuff. They were so fun, and it's like, I hope we get back to that. What diecast would you like to see released in 2024? The blue gremlin with a headset. Cause you're all, that's all I want. So I'm glad this year's mainline wasn't just comprised of cars on the road releases, since it's not a mainline entry in the series, and it doesn't deserve a full mainline. Exactly. The way they're doing it right now is the best option. Exactly, my opinion. Blue Gremlin with headset would be nice, but honestly, just more of the same. More just fun background characters from all 3 movies. A balanced amount of cars from all 3 movies. Types of cars we haven't gotten yet from all 3 movies. I'd love some new character variants that aren't from On the Road. And then new stuff from On the Road. Yeah, Thunder Hollow announcer, man. Where is that guy? We got Breaker Boggs. Give us the announcer. Favorite release of the year? I'm not sure, because I don't have many. My summer has sucked when it comes to finding cars. I've barely found any. Mark Sondheimer, yeah. Well, no, Road Rumble Mater. Mark Sondheimer is the most unnecessary release this year, I'll say. Nah, Miss Fritter would not. Miss Fritter would have fit in a 2-pack with Breaker Boggs. Miss Fritter and the Thunder Hollow announcer is not physically possible. Just give me the announcer. Road Rumbler Mater is one of the worst looking diecasts I've seen in a very long time. He's not that bad in person, but then you look at his face again. And as the life leaves your body, you tell yourself, I shouldn't have looked at Road Rumbler Mater because he kills you when you stare too long. If you overlook the face and the color scheme, he's not that bad. The mold sculpt is beautiful. The face and the color scheme. When I looked at that Mater, when I opened him out of the package, I turned into the dude from Indiana Jones whose face melts off when he looks at the idol. When he looks at the Ark. That was me. If I go into a bathroom and say Bloody Mary 3 times, she doesn't show up, Road Rumbler Mater does. I wouldn't say don't buy him. I just say don't look at him for too long if you respect your life. You physically can't ignore that. Exactly. Well, earlier on you said you didn't like Randy's color scheme of face. It's very hard to look past that. Mark's on-timer is definitely the least necessary. That's one I'm dreading buying, much like Roadrunner Mater. I think he's fine, but like... which movie had the least amount of releases in 2022, 2023? It might be Cars 3 at this point, honestly. Cars 3 hasn't been getting many for the past few years, which is a nice change of pace. I think all three movies this year were pretty equal. I hope we get a sober Roadrunner Mater. I hope we get one with a color scheme that doesn't look like he's been burnt to a crisp. I wish I said this in my review, but Roadrunner Mater really does look like he got cooked. In more ways than one. Dude looks baked. In more ways than one. Look, I hope Roadrunner Mater can get his life back together, you know? He's got a lot going for him. He's got a family who loves him. I hear his sister's getting married soon. You know? I hope he gets his life back together, man. I'm very over the dinosaurs. They look good, but I'm very over them. Oh no, the detail is amazing, yeah. No, totally. I hope to get any of them soon. Beautifully done. And that's the way I could best describe, you know, most of the on-the-road releases. Beautifully done. Like, they look spectacular. To make Skinny Cars Randomness called Nobody Likes You Roadrunner Mater. If only I'd filmed Cars Randomness after I bought him. Then I could have done something with him. I don't think I'll do something with him in the next Cars Randomness. I'll see. Look, Nobody Likes You pile up is iconic, okay? Yeah, but no, the dinosaur cars are interesting. The 50s racers weren't. The dinosaur cars are all unique. That's the thing with on-the-road releases. They make a lot of one type of car, but you don't get bored of them. Unless they're color changer McQueens. You don't get bored of them. Because On the Road had very good character design. Very unique, very different. So I'm excited to see what clown car we get next, just because I want to see what car that got turned into a clown gets made next. I want to see what Salt Flats car we got next. The Salt Flats racers are. Yeah, I don't care about the Salt Flats racers that much, but still, I'd like to see which one they make next, because they're all unique, they're all different, they're all interesting. And that's what I really like. I got bored of the Salt Flats cars. I've been bored of the Salt Flats cars. But still. They're unique, they're different. Compare that to the 50s racer, who I were cool at first. They were so cool at first. And I'm not saying they can't kill the hype, because if Mattel does one thing well for the Cars diecast line, other than consistently making new releases based on all 3 movies of a 17-year-old franchise, it's killing the hype by releasing too many. Purple recolor worth. See, when you start doing the recolors, that's when I get off the train. 2024 needs to get... If we need the electric cars from Road Rumblers. The fact that we haven't gotten the electric cars from Road Rumblers is a crime against the Cars fandom. Literally, one of the funniest things I've ever seen the Cars franchise do in its entire history. And they get no love, no merchandise. I want them. Bad. I want it bad. Okay? I'm like Thor when he lands in Wakanda, but instead of saying, give me Thanos, I'm saying, give me the electric cars. I love them. More than my own son, who doesn't exist, but if he did, I love the electric cars more than him. Bring me Tesla! Remember that one time where Wingo felt a disturbance in the body modification in Paint Universe? Iconic line from Cars Adventures. Top 10 Cars Adventures quotes right there. I hope Meldorado has a great vacation too, and I hope that the world knows that the reason why he wasn't in that episode was because I was rushing to get it done and I couldn't find my Meldorado. So now we get to do a whole plot line where he's going on vacation. So I couldn't find him in time. No joke, that is why. Uptown Funk, I don't know where that guy is. I'm pretty sure he's got a new video coming out later today though. Pretty sure he's doing an episode, doing a video on the Muppet Show episode where they all get kidnapped by pigs who take over the show, and then Gonzo digs his way out of the where they're being held captive with a teaspoon. That's what he told me. Yeah, I don't know why he's asking about Uptown Funk. That guy has nothing to do with me. He makes great content, though. You should check it out. I don't know why people are always bringing up youtube.com/MuptownFun to me, which you should subscribe to. Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird. People talk about him a lot to me. I don't get it. Favorite character I killed off in Cars Adventures? Here's the thing. If I killed off a character in Cars Adventures, it's because I didn't have use for them in the story anymore. I think, I'm gonna say, I think Aiden, probably. I think Aiden turned out to be a really good villain. Vladimir Trunkov, who wasn't actually supposed to be dead. He wasn't supposed to be killed off. He was going to be brought back in the next episode, but everybody in the comments was like, dude! Alright, thank you for joining us, Training Cars Kiddos. Enjoyed having you here. I was like... Hey, Jimmy Vision, when's the next episode of Cars Adventures Rewatch Podcast? Yes, it's been a while. And the reason why is because, I accidentally deleted the footage of it when I was making the iceberg. So now I have to go back and rewatch that season. We're hoping to get it out this week, though. And bring it back. Yeah, I forget that Aiden dies also. But he does die. Yeah, I always forget that I killed off. I killed off what I did. He's probably my favorite though. I never really liked using Snot Rod. Having to interject every few words with a sneeze was incredibly annoying. Kabuto could have been an absolutely sick villain if I kept him around. Ivy being absolutely dwarfed by Extreme is the funniest thing to me, and I don't know why. They need to interact more before the end of the season. They do. Why do you think they kept the same packaging from 2022 to 2023? Every once in a while we'll get the same packaging a few times in a row. I think because there were very few new releases in 2022, and also because they launched Cars on the Road at the end of 2022, they wanted to keep it the same. Why would they potentially carry it into 2024? I don't know, and I hope they don't, but maybe it'll happen. I don't really have a preference. Yeah, I think Mattel's way of doing... I lost my train of thought. Rashid says, I think making the packaging the same across multiple years is basically Mattel's way of saying this is last year part 2. Exactly. It continues the same line. That's why this year has so many of the same releases from last year. It's just a continuation of last year instead of starting fresh for a new year. And I don't mind when they do that. Well, I talked about this earlier in the stream, which is why I didn't want to bring it up, but we don't really have confirmation that that's going to continue into 2024. We just know they're ditching the on-the-road packaging for the end of the year. And I don't mind. Yeah, Marvel Series 2 being in boxes, it absolutely sucks. I'm just buying them on eBay. Yeah, look, if this sticks around, I don't care if this sticks as the packaging. I think it's fine. Alright guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up in the next few minutes. Well, is that crime going to be theft from a store that does have him? Don't do crimes, kids. If you do crime, you will be less cool than a guy who did 2 crimes. That's what I always say. Have that on a mug. Okay, airsoft, okay. Cool. I would have gone paintball myself. On a professional paintball course and shot at targets, not people. And by target, I mean like physical targets, not the store. Remember, everyone. Do cool things. But with all that out of the way, I think we should probably wrap things up. Do cool things like buying toy cars. That'll make you so cool. Every woman will want you. Every man will want to be you. Buy more toy cars. My life is a people are throwing themselves at me every single day because I buy toy cars. I can't so much as step outside without someone stopping and saying, "Are you T-Toy Reviews Ty from YouTube?" And then themselves project out. You know that one move Luigi has in Super Smash Brothers where he turns himself like into a human projectile? People do that to me all the time. I've been to the hospital 9 times and I didn't even have to pay any hospital bills because I buy toy cars. Popular person in Canada. My sister's in Canada. She's on vacation to Canada for the next 2 days. How's car stock over there? She said she'd check for me and she'll call me if she finds any cars. You guys better have good cars over there. Never mind. Dang. Awful, stuck on case B. Yikes! I'll have to tell her. Don't waste your time. This depends on where in Canada you are. You know, it's gonna depend on the store. I don't know where she's going. She just said one day, "Hey, I'm going to Canada." And I was like, "Okay, goodbye. Have fun in Canada." I've been to Canada before. Can confirm it is Canada. So I'm going on vacation. Tomorrow, I'm just going to my beach house, my grandparents' beach house that I go to. Like once a year or so. I'm going to be going over there for like 2 days. I'll be back. I will be back on Monday. So not much, not much at all, not much time at all. but that's okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'll still be uploading. I don't know. I got a video pre-recorded on Uptown Funk. I'm filming the next Cars Adventures episode down there, so only time will tell if I upload more videos while I'm away. I'll have to say, I'm only on for 1 day. I guess we'll have to see. So we get the tuners with flames if they are re-released. I have Snot Rod with flames. He's really the only one I need, but if they get re-released, yeah. There you go. I think we will wrap it up in 3 minutes. I only have the flames variants. Yeah, it was a weird time when they only released the flame variants for a few years there. You could tell when someone started buying cars based on if they have the flame tuners or the normal tuners. That's my life hack. Or if they have no tuners, which means they started collecting at some point post-Thailand. Snot Rod with flames, I have no other Snot Rod. Do you want mine? I have too many Snot Rods. I have the color changer, the metallic variant, and the normal one, and the Disney Store one, and the color changer, and this little guy right here. I have a blue mini adventures. I will give you all the Snot Rods, man. I don't need them. I have the Thailand versions for Boost and DJ, the Chinese Wingo, and the Snot Rod with flames. What's my deal? I don't know. You're confusing me. That's what I need to do. I will tell your fortune based on what versions of the tuners you have. That's my special skill. Ratchet Reviews, you will fall into a pit the next time you go outside. So just look out for pits, man. It won't matter anyway. You'll fall into one, and then you will very quickly get out. But, you know, it'll just be like a minor inconvenience. You won't get hurt. You'll be fine. But it will happen. We found any new diecast lately? No, not past Nile Speed Cone and Road Rumble Mater, who I found last week. So I guess that is recent. That's all. I will lenticular boost. You will, at some point in the next week, your lenticular boost will be destroyed. That's not predicting your future, that's predicting the future of your car. Well, that is going to happen. But also, you will, you'll meet somebody very famous. Here's my prediction for you. Somebody very, very famous and super cool will talk to you today. And their name is Toy Reviews TY. Yeah. I have two 2006 DJs. Thailand DJ, 2007 Boost, Color Changer Boost, Thailand Boost, Lenticular 2010 Wingo, and Thailand Wingo, and Snot Rod Flames. Well, the Piston 11, you are going to win the lottery at some point in the next month. So just keep buying those cards, buddy. I have a Fred before he shrank in the wash. What's my fortune? Your fortune is that you will ask me this question, but tell me what tuners you have instead, because that was the correct question. What are the things that you thought about releasing? They were called viewer cars. I don't want to talk about them, but they're very funny. They're at the very end of my iceberg. Go to Take 5 a day and search viewer cars. Things you regret not buying when you were younger. Gill. Iceland. Better eyeballs. My vision's really bad. Yeah, all of Iceland, yeah. I had a great deal. I almost bought it back in the day, yeah. They were going to sell it to me. Does Kabuto count? Does he change my fortune? 2021 Kabuto, yes. That adds 1 millimeter to the depth of the pit you were falling in, so it's now just tiniest bit deeper. I once passed on the sidewall of Shine Holler and got Raoul's rule and said, "I'm sorry, but at least you'll win the lottery this month," right? Now, Rashid, if you had the, if you had a 2010 Kabuto, it would have removed a millimeter from the pit, but the original 3-pack version of Kabuto with flame gun. Yeah, what fortune did I give you? I don't think I read yours. In the future, you will be forced to recite the entire script of Cars 3 from memory, so start memorizing. I won't tell you why. I can't tell you why. A magician never reveals the secrets. And you lucked out, because before you told me, about having the Kabuto, you were going to have to recite the first Planes movie instead. So as you can see, your situation got a little better. What if I buy him and end up with both? Then your pit will be simultaneously shallower and deeper at the same time. It's not a big pit, man. You're basically just gonna step in a very small pothole. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You're not even gonna notice it's happening, man. It's all good. It's all good. I still have a plastic Francesco from the Cliffside Challenge set. What's my epic fortune? Your fortune is I don't remember that set. But in the very near future, somebody will ask you a very important question. And that important question will come to you within the next 10 seconds. Hey, Jordan C. Productions, are you subscribed to Muckdown Funk? I have Jibini, Yojimbo, Manji, Kawarisu, Kabuto, Stripped Kabuto, Dragon Kabuto, the Oil Sounds, Ito-san, and Tokyo made a reflex. The Piston 11. You were already going to win the lottery, man. Now you're winning 3 lotteries in the next one. Good job. Yes, good job, Jordan C. Productions. Correct answer. You should get a bunch of friends to read the script of any of the movies. That'd be fun too. It would be. But we shouldn't do a Cars movie, and we should instead do the entirety of The Hangover Part 3. I've never seen it. Ty, how's your day? My day is definitely going. Fine. It's fine. That's alright. Thank you. Not much going on today. It's one of those days, you know? It's one of those days. Not much going on, but... Indifferent. That's how my day is going. It's been alright. Lukewarm. What's one car you doubt you'll ever get but would be awesome to have? Mine would be race damage mid-string, strut, Jetstream Dusty, and Cherry cycle batteries. Well, first off, I like to axe the never be able to get part. We like to think positive here, except for when I'm very, very cynical and negative, which is 9 out of 10 times. Music video mater. Yeah, that's been one of my most wanted cars for a long time. We were in an obscure deluxe, yeah, but he's an obscure deluxe, so that's what we get. Music video mater? No, he was only released once in the original cartoon line. You're thinking of just heavy metal mater or anything? You know, I could have gone to Canada this weekend. Could have been doing that instead. But here I am. Not across the border. Yeah, but he also has wings. Really, your Lizzie, bro, that's so funny. I wish my Lizzie was that broke. Instead of my DJ. Yeah, I don't have much interest in Big Al. I would not have space for him. Homeboy looks like a hot dog. He'd be funny to have. I would love to use him in Cars Adventures. He would take up just the entire town. I would do an entire season about Albert Hinkey, and everybody just has to live with him. That's one you can make at home. Yeah, you just need a hot dog bun and a Sharpie. Oh, I have some wheels, yeah. I have a few spare sets of Cars wheels. Thank you. Also have a good day. My day will continue to be lukewarm. Anyway, guys, I said I'd end the stream 10 minutes ago. Thank you all so much for watching. I think we're going to cut it off here. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going to go shut off the stream, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that. See you guys next time. Bye now.